Imagine building a monument so mysterious, people are still debating its purpose 5,000 years later. Welcome to Stonehenge, where history, myth, and mystery meet in a circle of stones. Stonehenge sits on Salisbury Plain in southern England, an area dotted with ancient monuments. Archaeological evidence shows that construction began around 3000 BCE during the late Neolithic period. But it wasn't built all at once. It evolved in stages over more than 1,000 years. The earliest phase was not stone at all. Around 3100 BCE, people dug a circular ditch with a bank inside, what archaeologists call a henge. Within this enclosure were timber posts and a series of pits, some of which may have held stones or wooden markers. This was Stonehenge's first shape. Not the massive stone monument we imagine today, but a ritual enclosure. Then came the stones. First, the smaller bluestones, volcanic rocks weighing up to 4 tons each, were transported from the Preseli Hills in Wales, some 150 miles away. How did they manage this without wheels, pack animals, or metal tools? Experiments suggest a combination of sledges, rollers, and rafts. It would have taken hundreds of people, working together over weeks or months, to drag each stone across rivers and landscapes. But perhaps that was the point. The act of moving the stones, the cooperation it required, and the journeys they made may have been as important as the final monument itself. The stones carried meaning, and so did the process of bringing them here. These stones didn't just stand still. They may have been aligned with the movements of the sun itself. Stonehenge is famous for its astronomical alignments. On the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, the sun rises directly above the heel stone and shines into the heart of the circle. On the winter solstice, the shortest day, the sun sets between the great trilithons. This suggests Stonehenge was not just a place of stones. It was a place of time, a calendar carved in rock marking the turning points of the year. For Neolithic farmers, the solstices mattered. They marked the rhythms of planting, harvesting, and survival. But Stonehenge was also about people. Imagine hundreds gathered here for solstice festivals, feasting, singing, lighting fires, and performing rituals. The monument was a stage for the community, uniting the living with the rhythms of the cosmos. And while we can no longer hear the drums or smell the fires, the alignment of stones and sun still carries the echo of those ceremonies. But Stonehenge was not built only for the living. It may have been a monument to the dead. Excavations have revealed that Stonehenge began as one of Britain's largest burial grounds. Within the earliest earthworks, archaeologists have found the cremated remains of men, women, and children. In fact, more than 50,000 fragments of bone have been uncovered. This suggests Stonehenge was a place where the dead were honored and remembered. In a world without writing, stones and rituals carried memory across generations. By burying their ancestors here, communities may have connected themselves to cosmic cycles and sacred landscapes. And the choice of stone itself was symbolic. Bluestones, with their shimmering, otherworldly appearance, may have represented the realm of the ancestors. Sarsens, the massive sandstone blocks weighing up to 25 tons, formed the enduring structure, the eternal, unmovable presence of the monument. To stand among these stones was to stand at the meeting place of past and present, earth and sky, the living and the dead. While Egypt built pyramids and Mesopotamia raised ziggurats, the people of Britain lifted stones, different materials, same human ambition. Stonehenge is not unique in being a great stone monument. Across Europe and beyond, megalithic traditions flourished. In Brittany, thousands of standing stones were arranged in vast alignments at Carnac. In Ireland, passage tombs like Newgrange were built to capture the rays of the winter solstice sun. In Turkey, Göbekli Tepe, much older than Stonehenge, shows humans carving vast stones for ritual before farming even began. These monuments were built by different cultures, separated by time and distance. Yet they share a common impulse: to shape the landscape, to mark the heavens, to connect the human community to something greater. But unlike Egypt or Mesopotamia, the builders of Stonehenge were not ruled by kings. There are no records of dynasties, no palaces, no armies. Instead, power seems to have come from ritual, tradition, and collective will. Stonehenge was not the achievement of a ruler, it was the achievement of a people. And yet, 5,000 years later, people still gather here, just as they did in prehistory. Stonehenge has never ceased to fascinate. Medieval writers claimed it was built by Merlin, the wizard of Arthurian legend. Renaissance scholars debated whether it was a Roman temple or a Druidic shrine. In the 18th and 19th centuries, antiquarians measured every stone, trying to unlock its secrets. Today, Stonehenge is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most visited monuments in the world. Over 1 million people each year stand among its stones, drawn by its mystery. And for some, it remains a sacred place. On the solstices, thousands gather: pagans, druids, tourists, and the simply curious, to watch the sun rise or set, just as it has for millennia. Stonehenge endures not just because it is ancient, but because it speaks to something timeless. Our desire to connect with the cosmos, to honor our dead, and to leave behind monuments that will outlast us. Stonehenge has stood for 5,000 years, and its mystery still endures. If you want to keep uncovering history's greatest secrets, like and subscribe before time itself moves on without you.